I can't handle the idea of whole new infrastructure, and neither can my fellow founders, because we know how much is already out there and how poorly it performs from a sustainability point of view. So in a way, the wins are right there. And if you can create like a billion pieces of packaging that are like 1% better than the original, that's a hell of a lot better than saying you can do a couple million, which are 20% better. So the numbers just add up so quickly in these huge markets, in these big, let's say, these big production setups. That's kind of where we focus. The world looks at startups and scale ups as, oh, wow, that must be so hard. Try inventing a new toothpaste or a new laundry detergent or a new cough syrup. I mean, trust me, that's a hell of a lot more difficult because it's an established commoditized industry or market. The only thing you're trying to do is just do as little change as possible because otherwise it just won't work, but just enough to get people to switch to your product. And that's the mechanic we're looking for. Just how do you make it just good enough that people will switch? And here, I guess the other harsh truth, which, well, that we haven't learned ourselves, that's just by looking at what succeeds and what doesn't. Why impact second? Well, because people will not switch just because it's greener or more sustainable. Or they have to see, well, at least a very strong emotional benefit. And if it's a B2B solution, the switch is going to have to be paid by switching to that alternative. So by definition, it needs to be cheaper and better performing or value adding. So the green element, of course, I mean, if it's not, I mean, we're an Article 9 fund, which means it has to be not just, say, improving sustainability somewhere else in the supply chain. The product itself needs to be the improvement in the simplest terms. So that's, I guess, just the challenge you have then.